Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge and welcome to Town to City, which is the wonderful Mediterranean themed city builder game that we did play the demo of a while back now, I think in May it was, and today we are back again to play the early access version of the game with all the bells and whistles and fancy bits and bobs added, which is all very exciting, and the demo was brilliant. It was really good and I did sort of fall in love with the game a little bit, so I am very much looking forward to getting back into it. However, you might notice that right now you are not looking at the game, you are looking at my hands, there they are, and a box, there it is. And that's because the publishers of the game very kindly sent me some goodies, which is all very nice. So a great big thank you to them. Thank you so much for the goodies. I do like a nice exciting box of goodies. And now we are going to take a look at what we've got, because I genuinely don't know. I've not opened this yet. It came in several boxes. There was a great big box, and then a smaller box, and then this box. But I've not opened this box yet. I have no idea what's inside. It is a complete mystery to me. So let's do a little bit of an unboxing video and then we'll dive into the game. This won't take that long, but if you just want to go and look at the gameplay and not sort of see what's inside this very exciting jazzy box, then I'll pop a timestamp onto the screen so you can skip to that if you would like to. So here we go. Let's open up our exciting box of goodies, shall we? I mean, already it looks quite good because this is a sort of a bit of a screen grab, if you like, or a bit of artwork from the game. And it looks like this. The game looks like this, sort of little sort of voxel art stuff going on. It is gorgeous. The game is completely gorgeous. And it sort of, wraps all the way around. It goes all the way around. It's a proper sort of wrapped thing. So let's take this off. I think we have to kind of slide this thing off. So we'll slide this carefully off. Hang on a minute. Let's do that. Oh, it says Town to City on the inside. Okay, right, there we go. So, on the front of the box, it says Town to City. Now here's, how do I open the box? Hang on a minute, hang on. It looks like, right, opens like this. Okay, so the front I think is going to open up. Okay, here we go. Let's open the box. This is exciting. Have to be careful not to whack the camera as I'm opening the box. Oh, hang on. I need to sort of try and reposition it. It's like got a... This is quite hard to do. I don't do unboxing videos ever. But look, it's like a little sort of pop-up sort of card type effect. So look, it says Town to City. And it's sort of got this sort of 3D type effect with the sort of artwork that we've just seen. Oh, that's very exciting. Oh, I like that. That's very good. And then down here it says, "This is your legacy. A living place, a thriving home, crafted not just with strategy, but with care. Welcome home, Mayor. We can't wait to see the world you'll build." Okay, right. That's all very nice. Let's open this up and see what we've got. Oh, okay. Things in. I will say some, very lovely sort of Geek Cupboard corporate blue wrapping paper. I mean, what do we go for? What are they? Okay, these things here are not wrapped. So what are they at the back? They're coasters. Oh, they're coasters. Oh, they're coasters of the buildings. So yes, in the game you have buildings that look a bit like this. You have houses. And it looks a bit like... It looks like those. There's the doors and then, the windows. And one of the big sort of features of the game is that you can sort of put decor onto buildings and things. And it changes. So if you have, say, I don't know, like some plants, if you try and put the plants on the ground, they will appear in a plant pot. But if you try and put the plants on a building, say underneath a window, they turn into a window box. So that kind of represents that. That's exciting. Hang on. There's like a... Hang on a second. Hang on. Right, there's like sort of a dust on these, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I suspect, using my knowledge of such things, I think that might be tea. Oh, hang on, we're going to put them over there. This is exciting. What's in these? It's limited edition tea. Oh, this is very exciting. It is tea. A single black tea bag. Oh my goodness me. Okay, right, we've got not one, not two, not three, not four, 5. We've got 5 limited edition Town to City tea bags. Well, I'm going to have one of these. I'm going to have to go and try one of these, obviously. Oh, this is fantabulous. Okay, right, I'm very excited. Anything else in there? Oh, there is. There's something at the bottom. There's a box. Okay. Oh, this is very exciting. There's still something just here as well. I haven't got that far yet. Okay, let's open this then, shall we? Oh, well, I was going to try and do it all delicately, but I don't think we can. I think we're just going to have to rip the wrapping. That's okay. Never mind. Right, so we'll tear this open. What is this? Oh, what if it's like biscuits or something? Tea and biscuits. I mean, that's just like the perfect thing. Okay, hang on, rappity wrap. Oh, there's more wrapping. There is more wrapping under the wrapping. Okay, right here we go. Right, let's do this. And this is, what do we have? This is exciting. I think this is just padding. Yeah, that's just padding to keep the tea safe. There's nothing in there. No, that's just, okay, right. No, that's okay. That's fine. That's padding. It kept the tea safe. You know, a very important thing is the tea. And then we have a thing over here. This is quite big. I think I might know what this is. Oh, hang on. There's something else at the bottom. There's a little book. There's a town to city sort of like a little notebook type thing. Let's try and move that out of the way a bit. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, I like a little notebook. Oh, that's quite good as well. That's quite fancy. Oh, and it's got one of the little sort of page holding bits. One of those things. So if you get to say, this page, if you know you're writing on that page, you pop that in there and then you can go back to the page that you were writing on. Oh, that's quite fun. I like that. That's good. Okay, yes, this is splendid. There's some excellent things in here. And then we've got this. Now, I think I might know what this is. I have my suspicions. So place your bets, folks. Place your bets. But I'm thinking, if we've got coasters and if we've got tea bags, let's take a look at what this might be. Is it possibly some sort of mug, cup, drinking receptacle type shenanigan? I think it's going to be just that. Hang on, apart from I failed to open it very well. Okay, let's have a look. There is ample wrappage, but that's fine. That means it got here safe. This is good. Yeah, this is why we don't do unboxing videos very often in the Geek Cupboard. Because it goes like this. It is. I see a handle. Oh, it's in the shape of one of the houses. Look at that. That's brilliant. So that looks like one of the houses in the game. That's what you build. You build a little house and then you add things onto it. You can put like window boxes and lights and things, but it's in mug form. Well, this is just fantabulous. Oh, this is great stuff. Okay, right. That's very exciting. I like that. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, publisher folks. That is very exciting. And yes, it comes in this amazing box, which is very nice with the whole sort of like pop-up artworky thing. However, I think right now it would be, given that we've just received some coasters and a mug and some tea, it would be remiss of me to not go and try the limited edition tea, surely. Surely I need to go and pop the kettle on and then try this tea, because that would seem like the right thing to do. So, right, hang on a minute. I'm going to go and make a cup of tea. And there we go. By the power of editing, we now have a lovely, freshly brewed cup of limited edition Town to City tea. And there it is, looking mighty wonderful in the Town to City mug, it must be said. So, before we have a taste, we shall just talk a little bit about the tea. So, it's a black tea, it came in a tea bag, and the tea bag was round, which I always associate with sort of, fancy tea, round tea bags. That's normally a bit sort of, ooh, it's all fancy pants. So that was quite exciting. And all I've done, I've brewed the tea for 4 minutes and I've added a little bit of milk. And that's kind of it. Nothing else dramatic going on. So it is just tea with milk. So here we go. I will admit I'm struggling to think of a time when I've had tea out of an entirely square mug. Because normally, the mugs you have are round. And sometimes if they're a bit of an odd shape, they at least have sort of, rounded edges to drink from. They're not normally sort of, in a straight line are the edges of a mug. So this is going to be interesting. I'm hoping that I don't just sort of spill it all down myself, because then there will be tea wastage and that would be sad. So here we go. Let's try a little bit of the tea. This is exciting. Yeah, that's a very nice tea. Oh, that is quite nice. Yeah, okay. It's quite strong. It's quite a strong tea. I did leave it in for a little while. Some people don't leave the tea bag in for quite as long as that. I tend to do sort of 3 or 4 minutes just to make sure that you've got as much tea flavour into the sort of water as you can. But yeah, it's quite strong, but it's not too bitter. Sometimes if you do leave it in for a while, the tea can get a bit bitter. But no, that's quite nice. That's quite smooth. It's quite a nice blend. I'm going to go back in for some more. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That is a good tea. And I've got 4 left. I mean, I'm going to have to ration these out. I suspect maybe I shall have to keep one for all time, just as a kind of a reminder that we had this once. But yeah, we've got 3 then, shall we say. We've got 3 more uses of our limited edition tea. And then that's it. It's going to be gone. But you know what? It's good that we've at least got it in the first place. And it is very, very nice. It makes a lovely cup of tea out of a square mug, which also might be a first. I mean, I'm trying to wrap my brains of all the mugs I've drank tea out of, and that's quite a lot, I'll have you know. Yeah, I can't recall a square mug like that, so that's also very exciting. So there we go. That is what was in the exciting goodie box from the lovely publishers of the game. So thank you very much, people at Kwalee, I think it is. So thank you for that. That was very kind of you. I wasn't expecting that at all. So yes, it was a very, very exciting welcome surprise. And yeah, I mean, it couldn't really be any better theme for the Geek Cupboard. It's a mug with tea and coasters. And the little book as well. I do like a little notebook, but the tea and the coasters and such are the main thing. So yes, thank you again. Thank you. That was very kind of you. And now I think possibly we should actually go and play the game a little bit, because, I've waffled on about the game and said how great it is, and I've made some tea and I've looked at a coaster. Possibly we should now actually go and play the game. So here we go. Let's jump in, shall we, and go and play a little bit of Town to City. Okie doke, here we go. We've got our train track, we've got our little train station, and we've got a whole load of lovely, beautiful open green space where we can build a town to then transform it into a wonderful city, which is all very exciting. But right now, I think let's go and take a look at really the only thing that we've got going on at the moment, and that's our station. And there it is right now. And even though it's just a teeny tiny building, I think that looks really good. I think the voxel art style works really well in this game. Everything just looks so pretty, just looks so wonderful. There are little sort of crates dotted around, got some building materials here. A bird has just landed on the roof, which is wonderful. There's a little sort of clock on the platform, that's quite nice. I think, hang on a second, the clock is telling the time. The clock is actually telling the in-game time. That's a nice touch. Oh, I like that. That is wonderful. More birds are landing and the trees look wonderful. It's just so pretty. Everything in the game is pretty. And talking of things that look pretty, that is just wonderful. Look at that. It's a little sort of voxel steam train and it just looks amazing. It's got moving parts. It's wonderful. Everything in the game is just so very pretty. Got coal sort of carriage thing, passenger coaches and all that kind of stuff. It is wonderful. However, because a train has just popped by, I think that means that yes, we've got a family that would like to move in. Now, the only thing is at the minute that there's nowhere for them to live unless they bought a tent with them possibly. So we might need to get on with that. We might need to do some building, get some housing and such like. But, oh crikey, another train is coming in. Okay, right, hang on. Right, so first things first, I think right now, because we know that time is ticking by and people are going to be queuing up to join our non-existent town at the moment, I think right now we should ask a very, very important question. And I think you all know what it is. So say it along with me, everybody. Is spacebar pause? And yes, I can very happily confirm that spacebar is paused, which is wonderful news. Well done, game. Good job. Right, now the time is paused, we can have a little look around. So what do we have apart from our train station? So really, it is just predominantly empty. I mean, there's some bits of water around. Got a little sort of, I mean, what would you call that? Would that be a lake? Would that be a small lake or a big pond? I'm not quite sure, but a body of water over here. Got a few sort of hilly bits going on, a few mountainy bits over here, some more water over there, sort of mountainy bits over here. And then, yes, of course, we have got the sort of the train track bit going through and the station here. And that's kind of it. There isn't really anything else. So as long as we connect everything up to the station, That's kind of it. That's our only sort of basic requirement. And then, yes, we can build all sorts of different things. We can build homes and commerce buildings, decor. There are so many decorative things. It's fantastic. Got special buildings, and we've got big fancy monuments. We can put down roads and things like that. And the idea is really, in a nutshell, to get people to move in and to make them happy. And to do that, we have to meet their demands. We make sure they've got food and they've got, essentials like clothing and various bits and bobs. To make them happier, we can give them luxury items. We can put down special buildings. We add lots of decor to make people happy, which is brilliant. And it's just an idea of making everybody live here and making everybody all jolly and happy whilst they do that. So I like that idea. I like the idea of just building a place and making people all jolly and happy because they're having a nice time being here. And that really is represented by that thing just there, which is the total population happiness. Now, right now, because nobody technically lives here, people are sort of standing around, but nobody lives here because we haven't got any housing, and that's at 0. But when we actually get some housing in and people living here, that will start, moving around a bit as people get, happy and sad and such. If it's above 60, people can move in. That's good. The higher it is, the more people will move in. If it drops below 50, then people are going to leave because they're going to be a little bit nonplussed at the not fun place that they're currently living in. So we've got to make sure that is always relatively high. So I think to begin with, let's get a little bit of housing in, possibly over here, look. Let's get some housing in over here. What I'm thinking is, if people are getting off the train here, what we should do is have a nice bit that goes all the way down to the small lake over here, and then have some nice decorative bits and bobs here. So put down some like chairs, maybe some trees, some plants and things, so people get off the train and look in, and it can look pretty. Because you can get a good view on this actually. Hang on, we can sort of get down to here. So those people can get off the train, come through here, and then look over there, and they'll see a lake in the background, and we'll have some trees and nice things over there. So I think that's what we'll do. So first things first, let's get a road. And we draw these on. It's all nice and sort of free form. It's wonderful. And we've got regular brick roads, got plaza type flooring, got sand, and then we've got dirt tracks. I think to go down to here, we will just have a regular sort of brick road coming in, and let's have it square. Can we drop the size down a tiny smidge? So it's sort of, I don't know if I like that so much. I'm going to go back up one. There we go. Do you know what? That's okay. So if we then just click and drag that on, that will then draw itself on like that. And it gets nice and simple, nothing complicated, nice and freeform. That is fantastic. Okay. And then we'll go back to the round brush. And then I think, we'll get some houses along here. So hang on. How big is a house? This is the question. So at the minute, we can only build a regular house. And it costs 100 money because, yes, we do have money. It's down here. Got 3,000 money at the minute. And I think what happens is the happier the people are in their houses, the more they're willing to pay in terms of, city tax or whatever. So we want to make people happier, and they give us more money for it, which is lovely. So I think we will have a few houses along here, sort of near to the station. And the buildings, some of them do have variations. At the minute, that's our sort of type 1 of the building, but we can press C and we can scroll through. And they've got different colours, which is wonderful, including, look at that, we've got a Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue and a sort of Geek Cupboard Corporate coloured yellow, which is amazing. So I think we will run a little path going from there, sort of along like that, I think. So let's get a brick road coming along like that, and then we will get some housing in. And I think it should, there you go, it fits quite snugly just there. So we'll go for the yellow, and then we'll go for, where's the Geek Cupboard Corporate Blue? Very nice. And then we'll get, some other ones in as well. Ideally, I want to try and get 5 of those in if we could. So we might need a slightly longer road, please. So can we just sort of bring that out a bit like that? There we go. And of course, the advantage of having the roads like this is that you can just make them lovely, and you can just go, I'm going to have it curving round like that because I want to do that, because that's what we're doing. And I like that. It's all nice and sort of freeform and flexible. Okay, so then we'll have that one like that, and then we'll have the final one in, oh no, yeah, like a red. There you go, like that. So we have spent a bit of money, but now we can get people living here, which is very good. So, okay, so unpause time. I mean, even the whatever it is, like the cranes and these things, even they look really good with the whole sort of voxel art, little blocky things. I think they look very good as well. Okay, so they're now all done. They are houses and people can go and live with them. So, hello there, the Cordier family. That might be pronounced Cordiers. So, 2 adults, 1 child. They would like a regular, comfortable house, which just means they want a house. No demands, it doesn't have to be near anything or far away from anything. They just want a house nice and easy. So do you know what? You guys can live in the Geek Cupboard yellow house. And then we've got the Lambert family. They also want a regular house. They can live in the Geek Cupboard blue house. Lucky you guys. And then, if we tick time on, now we can see our proper happiness. So we've acquired some workers, which is good, because of course, people living here, so they can go and do some jobs. But yeah, at the minute, the happiness is only at 57%. And yeah, we can see why. If we look there, it says needs, food, 0%. So at the minute, the people are, yeah, okay to go and live in a house, which is excellent. Yay for living in a house. But yeah, they can't actually eat. So very soon they're going to be in their houses, sort of withering away a little bit. So we need to go and sort that out. And also, you will notice that they are getting happiness from home decoration. And yeah, that means that we can just put decorative bits and bobs around the place and it makes people happier. People see, all the decorative items which are down here. They will see, oh, they're all sort of popping into existence. Marvellous. They'll see some nice trees and they'll see some street lights and it will make them smile, which I like. I like that. And I think, do you know what? Just to begin with, I know you haven't got any food, but time is paused, so you're not getting any hunger at least. Yeah, we're going to put a street light in. We're going to pop one on that corner there. And we can see its sort of area effect. It's sort of, has quite a wide range because, it's going to look nice and it's going to light things up. And then I would like to... oh, okay. I can't put... I wanted to put a street light. Oh, hang on. I can put one there, but I can't put one on that. So I was going to put street lights on either side of the train station bit, but okay, we can't do that. I'm going to put one there. And then these things are a pittance. The decor things, we've got 2,500 monies. It's like $2 for a light and such like. It's fine. So we'll put one there and maybe, we'll put one at the other end actually. Like that. There we go. So we've got some lighting, which is lovely. But yeah, I think maybe, possibly the bigger issue is going to be a lack of food. So yeah, we need to get in some of these things. We can put in a poultry stall and a cheese stall. However, for them to do anything at all, we also need a warehouse. And apparently, yeah, it says it's more efficient when placed near to shops, but also it does need to be near the station as well. So I think if we put a warehouse right there, just as close as it can be to the station, I think that'll be fun. Let's sort of tuck it here, because it's not that far away from the station, and it will also be near to the shops that we're going to put in this bit just here. Do you know what? That's what we'll do actually. We'll put it there, so pop that in, and then yes, we need to get over here a little plaza of some kind. And that can be our sort of main shopping bit. I think we did a similar thing when we played the demo. It's kind of over here. So let's get in a nice sort of plaza area. We shall do that to make it... Yeah, we'll have it square. So bring it in like that. And then bring it over. And then bring it in like that. And then across like that. And then fill that middle bit in. Is that going to be big enough? I might bring it back a little bit. There we go. Like that. In fact, that bit can sort of go out toward the water's edge. There we go. And then this bit here, could we turn that into like a sort of child's play area? That might be quite fun. I think we should be able to do that. We can transform the ground. So green grass. Okay, bright grass. Oh, it's on like a... Oh, right, yeah, that's quite big, actually. Hang on a minute. Bring that down. That dark grass. Now, that's a bit too small. Hang on a minute. Yeah, so paint that on. Oh. Okay, that's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. Okay, never mind. Or sand. Yes, they can have a little kind of sandy area to play in. That's quite fun. And then, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to get a little fence. And then we can put a slide in there, hopefully. If I can work out, where it's going to fit. And then, that'll make people happy. But also, it's just a fun area to play. So how about, we get a fence. This is fine. I can build a fence. So you click like that. And then you put it to where you want it to go. So we can try and put it around the edge of the water, because that's sensible. Like that. It's not an exact science, but it will do. Like that. And then we'll put it, in fact, we'll have the doorway over there, look. So that'll do. So confirm that. And then I think, possibly should have done that slightly differently, but never mind. Then we'll get the gate. So a big, maybe not a big wooden arch, a small wooden arch. That might look a bit better. So put a small wooden arch just there so people can get in. And then we will have that going across like that. And then coming down to about there. And there we go. And then can we fit this slide in? Because that's kind of what I wanted in here in the first place. I don't think we can. I think it's now a bit too big, which is a nuisance. But never mind, because the kids can play in the sand. It can be like a sandpit type thing. So we'll put a light, because that's nice. And then we just have some benches. We'll just put some little benches in where the parents can sit. And just watch what's going on. There we go. Pop that in. And then we will have, of course, some plants. Because why wouldn't we? So we'll put some plants just there. And then some plants there. And can we fit some in just there? No. Okay. We've got a little kind of nice seating area, which is fun. And then maybe now let's give people their food and such. So we've got a poultry stall and a cheese stall. Okay, so let's get these in on our kind of market plaza thing. Put that in just there. And let's actually, hang on. Yeah, let's figure out where that one is. We'll put that one sort of facing onto it, sort of back to back, if you like. There we go. Wonderful. So now that stall is complete. That stall is waiting to be completed, and they're working on the warehouse. Okay, so now we can see these little icons popping up. So that means nobody's working here. This is going to be an issue. Although, look at that. We got happiness back above 60% because we've got 8% coming from our home decoration, from all the nice things we put around, which is brilliant. But yeah, this will help quite a bit. So we're going to sort the food out. So, right, somebody can go and work in the warehouse, please. That's very handy. And then somebody can work over here in the poultry stall, and somebody can work here on the cheese stall. So now those houses are going to be incredibly happy. They're going to be really happy because they've got food. So that happiness is going to creep up now. We'll see that rising. All the people are going to be jolly. They're going to be delighted they can have poultry and cheese and such. But yeah, we do need... Do you know what? Let's put another person actually in there. Let's put another person working in the warehouse just to really kind of help out. There's another family who'd like to join the Legendre family. You guys can go just there. Welcome aboard. 11 people living here now. Oh yes, we need to rename it, don't we? We need to rename our town. Typically, we go for Cabordia with these. So let's go for Cabordia. There we go. Welcome to Cabordia, everybody. The next stop for this train is Cabordia. We'll get those people on board. We'll get them sort of, housed. Speed time on nice and quick. Hello there, the Lefebvre family. Okay, you guys can go and live into there. And that means we've got 14 people. 14 people now live here, which is wonderful. But to get anything new, we need to build a research centre. So maybe... Do you know what? That's quite a fancy building, isn't it? Possibly. Let's build that near the train station. So yeah, you can see that as you're getting off the train. You can look and go, ooh, that's a fancy building. I like the look of that. We'll pop that in like that. And then we'll get a little road. So a regular brick road. Bring the size down a tiny bit. Make it round. Yeah, so bring that sort of past the side. There we go. Right, hello there, the Duchamp family. Right, you guys can move in. And yes, we've got 6 spare workers, which is handy because we want to put some people into here. So I think we will have 3 people into here to generate 180 research points every single day. And at the minute, we can now unlock an item. And yet 1 research point gives us the first thing that we can unlock, which is a fish stall. So let's do that as well, shall we? So unlock that, and it unlocks automatically. I think it's just sort of done then. We've got the points, we unlock it. The next thing really is this. I want to spend 20 of our points on decorating buildings, please, because that is very exciting. I like how that works in the game, so we'll get that done. But yeah, let's get in the fish stall. Why not? Might as well. That can go next to the poultry thing. Pop that in like that. Yeah, run time on pretty quickly to get it finished, and it will need people working it, so pop that in, and everybody's going to be even happier because they've now got access to a greater range of food things. And then, yes, we've got 16 research points. Okay, just give us a handful more. 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, right, got 20. We can now unlock decorating buildings, which is magnificent. So we shall have that, please. And that means that now the decoratives that we were putting down sort of around the place, like the lamps and things, they can be applied to the buildings, but they change. And this I like. So you put a lamp down on the floor, it becomes a street light. You put it on a wall, it becomes a little sort of wall-mounted lamp. You can put it over a door, and it's like a light over a door or over the windows and things. And you can just keep adding these things so you can mix it up. So, that family lights above their doors. They want a couple of lights above, say, the windows. They want some nice sort of hanging light type things. They want a few of those on there and one up at the top. And there we go. I like that. Oh, there's another family. Can you guys move in? No available houses. Okay, right. That might be a bit of an issue. We'll try and sort that in a second. Wait there. And then, yes, we can do the same thing with plants. So you put the plants on the floor. Plant pot. I like that. Put it on the wall. Hanging basket. Put it under the windows. Little window boxes. Which, again, I think is just a really nice touch. I like that, so we'll mix it up a bit. These guys can be very big on window boxes. Oh, they love window boxes. They've got some hanging flowers, and they've got a hanging basket there, and one just there. And there we go. And you can do the same to the stalls as well. You can add things to the stalls, which we will do, actually, because it'll make it look pretty, and people will appreciate it. So add those things in. And then, yeah, you can put lights on. We'll have a little lantern thing. We'll have one at the back. We'll have one just there. And there we go. So immediately, we've made things better around here. Home decor is up plus 13%. Work decoration now on plus 3%. And it could be better, actually, because we haven't put any stuff around here. So the warehouse can have, lighting like that. And we'll put a little light out the front. That'll be quite good. And then we'll put a hanging basket above the door. And then our research building, that can also have a few things. We'll put that just there. Get a nice hanging basket on that side. We'll drop hanging basket there. And then get some fancy lighting if we can. Put a bit there. We'll have a bit just here. And there and there. Yeah, there we go. Wonderful. And because, it's gone to night time. Everything's lit up, which is very pretty. Okay, so happiness, 87%. That is pretty good. So I think what we'll do is, for the minute, we've got 2 spare people. So let's assign those 2 spare people to our research building. And they can generate more research points. Because now, ideally, I want 225 points to unlock all the different decor options. But we should possibly go for a fruit stall or a vegetable stall. Just to make sure that people can, we want them to get their 5 a day and such like. We want them to eat healthily. So we'll look at that, I think. Okay, more housing, because people are now just sort of standing around. So let's get some more housing in. We'll put it along this curved street. That's what we'll do. We'll just put a bit like that, and then a bit like that, and then a bit like that. And then in here, we'll just have something else. We'll find something to go just there. And then we'll have a road that can come around the edge, and it can just cut around like that. And that's fine. And I think that's okay. And then we'll get, actually, do you know what we'll do? That can come around like that. And it can go across. And then we'll have some housing here. We'll just drop in, pause time a sec. We'll drop in a load of other houses. Are they on the plaza? A tiny bit, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. That's fine. Not ideal, but it'll do. And then change the colours a bit, just sort of switch it round. Can one fit on that corner? Yes, it can. There we go. Beautiful. So lots of new housing for all of you lot to live in. You want a house? Welcome aboard. You guys want, hopefully, just a regular house? You guys? Are you okay? I didn't send them away, did I? Did I accidentally send you guys away or something? I don't know. They appear to be just standing around. You are welcome. I might have messed things up slightly. Oh no, hang on. It's waiting for me to pick a house. I'll go over there. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that. And then, okay, not enough workers to fulfill the demand. There's now too many people. So, yeah, all these people working on the poultry stall are struggling. So we can just add some people in. We've got additional workforce. So we'll add one. We'll add one. We will add one. Okay, lovely. So now people can get all of their things, which is magnificent. And hang on a minute, go there. I keep pressing 1, 2, 3 for the time controls, but they're not that. So yeah, we'll run time on. And oh, hang on, we're on decent amounts of research points. Okay, let's get the vegetable stall, and we'll put that in pretty much immediately because why wouldn't we? So drop that in. So boop, there we go. And they're quite cheap. Look, they're quite cheap. And then we've got one spare worker at the minute, but we can get you guys into some housing. So there we go. And you guys can move into over here. Lucky you lot. And yeah, we'll have another thing just there. We are struggling with supply on that one. Okay. Can we have an additional worker in the warehouse? Yes, we can. Right, this is all looking pretty good. And we've still got 2 spare people. Still got 2 workers. Right, here we go. A family with traits has arrived. So now they're going to have a particular demand that we're going to need to accommodate. Or, if, well, I don't suppose we have to, but it helps us if we do. So what would they like? They would like a house with food shops nearby. Okay, I think here will do the job. Even though you're sort of backing onto it, you have to walk around, it's still nearby. So yeah, plus 20% happiness they're going to get because they're quite near to the market. So pop them in, and there we go. Happiness looking pretty good at 81%. Traits have been met. Food demands are being met. There we go. It's all looking very good, and we're doing quite well in terms of research points. Let's get the fruit stall in. We shall get people helping out with that. We might possibly need another warehouse. I think, is that warehouse going to be a little bit sort of overloaded? Okay, oh, we can have 4 connections. Oh, it's already got 4. Okay, so I think we need to get another warehouse, which we'll put just here. That's fine. And that warehouse can deal with other market things. We'll sort of put them on this side. So, yeah, the fruit stall, that can come over here. In fact, it can face that away. Pop that in like that, and we should have enough people to actually deal with that. So if we put 2 people into there, and then a person into there, they can get the fruit stall nice and stocked up. Okay, this is looking good. Yeah, there's only 1 connection there, 2 people in there. Right, there we go. Nobody else has joined us, even though happiness is looking pretty good. Here we go. Right, welcome aboard, folks. And then, greater... Well, that's what we want, actually. Save 200 science points, and our market stalls will have greater reach. So they will be able to reach further into more houses and such. They want to be near the food shops. Do you know what, Bouvet family? We've got just the place for you. Right, here we go. Maybe if we keep that free for another family that say, I would like to live near to some food shops... Possibly we just put some more houses on the other side of the road, and people that don't have that demand can live there. That might be a good idea. Let's do that. So we'll have that one. We'll have that. We'll give it a different colour. Make it that sort of red colour. And that can be orange. And we'll have another one here, actually. We'll have another one just there. That one can be that red colour. Okay, so we're down to only 775 monies-ish. But we should be able to house quite a lot of people. So they just want a comfortable house. In you go. Right. Desires a house decorated with and surrounded by many flower decorations. And you want a house surrounded by a lot of trees. Okay. We might need to build you a special house. We're going to put a house just here. So it's going to back onto the train track. So it might be a little bit noisy, possibly. And then we'll give you a little road going up to it. So like that. So you can get to your house. And then Around the edge, just put some trees. Tree, tree, tree. It's already got a tree just there, so we just pop some trees in. There we go. And then if we put... Maybe actually, hang on. Can we have another house over here then? And this could be like a very planty house. And we just make sure they're happy with plants and things. So yeah, we just put 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should change them really, shouldn't I? Rotate them through the different types. Like that. And then put some plants down this side. There we go. Helping. And then bring that over. Across the front. Like so. And then those two can move into there. And they should be, I would like to think, nice and happy. So get the houses put together. Right, okay. Tree people plus 19%. You can go into there. Flower people plus 20%. You guys go into there. You are delighted. And this is brilliant. Okay, 150 points. We'll get to 200 points and we'll unlock greater reach. And then also, yeah, we'll save up our points and also get these, because that means we get more plants and more trees and things, which is marvellous. That's going to be a good thing. And then, yeah, if we get over 50 people and we have 60% happiness, we can upgrade from just a dwelling, so a teeny tiny place, to a hamlet. And then we become something else, then something else, then another thing. And yeah, it goes through. There's all sorts of different levels and things to work through. But okay, I think what we'll do is, let's just get these 3 things unlocked. Let's just do these things now. And then, yes, eventually, when we get enough people in, we can become a hamlet. Okay, it's the morning of day 3. Everything is looking wonderful here in Cabordia because we can upgrade our city, which is exciting. However, we have got a family over here who do have some particularly exacting requirements. So these guys here, they would like a house with trees by it. That's sort of fun. I get that. We'll try and sort that out over there somewhere. And these guys here want a house near some water. And in fact, 16%, you guys can live just there. And then we've got these guys. So we've got ourselves, yeah, these people here. So the Bonhomme family, they desire a house that is far away from residences with a pet camel. Now, I don't think we have anybody with a pet camel right now, so I think anywhere is going to be good, because I don't know how we do pets. Can you have pet camels in this game? I've got no idea. Apparently you can, so that's quite fun. Okay, so we've got plenty of workforce. Everybody is very, very happy with life and everything. Research points. We will take... that one. We'll take the trees and bushes decorations. We can put down different kind of trees and things. And that's going to be helpful in getting those guys a house. So I think, yeah, we'll get a bit of a road coming through here. It's going to go around the back. And then, do you know what? Let's just put a house. I feel like we should put something more exciting there. We'll put another house just here. I mean, there are already trees near to that house. But we will drop in a few new things. Okay, look, we can put small trees. We can put large trees in. Okay, right. They should be happy. I'd like to think that they should be pretty jolly with their lot. And then we'll join that up. And then we'll put something nice into here. We'll put something fancy into there. Yeah, you guys, the Perrette family, you can go into here. Only 16%. Really? It's surrounded by a bajillion trees. There you go. Does that make you guys happier? I don't... Oh, yeah, go plus 20%. Yes, because they're tree huggers. Lovely. Okay. And then we can unlock this, look. So we've unlocked all of the things in the dwelling category. So we can't do any of the research stuff. So, yeah, okay. Let's upgrade, shall we? Let us become more than we are right now. And I think we do get a little station upgrade. So our tiny station that's been there for a while, welcoming people, becomes a little bit less like a tiny shack. And, you know, it's got sort of fancy roof bit now and everything. There's fireworks. There's a train coming in, dropping off more people. But look, it just looks way more impressive. It just looks a lot nicer and a lot fancier. There we go. Right. And here we go. We're at stage 2. We've got more stuff to research. And there's a new need. So now people are used to, living in this slightly fancier place. Cabordia has become a little bit more sort of la-di-da. And they would like clothing, effectively. So we'll try and work on that. Ah, okay. So Sandra here says, Mayor, could I talk to you for a moment? Yes, absolutely, of course, you're welcome. Come on in. Would you like some tea? We're all excited about the potential for our town to grow into a prosperous city, aren't we all? Everything's going swell, though some of the new arrivals are experiencing issues. I suggest building yourself a house first, one with a big mailbox. That way we'll know how to reach you if we ever have any requests for our little town. Okay, now we can build ourselves the mayor's home. Okay, it feels a bit sort of self-aggrandizing, building ourselves a big fancy house. But, yeah, okay. We will have a big fancy house backing onto the water, look. Because, yeah, we're the mayor and we can. So why wouldn't we? And we'll put the size back up a bit. I think it's a bit bigger than that, isn't it? 6? Yeah, that looks about right. So bring that round past the front of our house. And then we'll swing it around like that, and we'll have another... We'll put something nice just here. We'll try and fit something just there. But okay, right, I mean, that's our current goal as well. Build our own house. And I think when that's done, people will then start coming to us with requests. And here we go. Now that's a house fit for a mayor. And we get a request. Amazing. Your house looks great. I mean, I wasn't going to build myself a house, but thank you, I suppose, Sandra. I'm sure the first request will start coming in soon. We're all thrilled to have such an involved mayor in town. Don't worry if it takes a while to address any of our requests. We're patient townsfolk. Right, so again, nice and chilled out, laid back, no rush. We can just pootle about and get stuff done, which is nice. These guys were just like a regular house. Don't know how many houses we've got. Okay. We need to go on a bit of a house building project because we haven't got that much in the way of housing anymore. But we have got a request, I think. So, okay, over here. So, hello, Paulette. Hello, Mayor. When I moved here, I didn't realise I'd have to survive without my favourite tailor. I fear I'm getting desperately out of fashion. I mean, it looks pretty natty to me. Would you be a dear and build a clothing boutique in our little town? And make sure they sell red clothes, dear. I hear it's the latest trend in the big city. Okay, right, so we need to build a place that sells clothes. And the clothes need to be red because red is very in, apparently. Red is very in and is very now. Okie dokie. I think then, maybe... Hang on. Can we... Get rid of that? How do we get rid of the road? Ah, there you go. Right, rub that bit of road out because I don't want that there. So get rid of that. And then we shall have a bit of road coming around here. And that gives us probably 3 more houses, I'd like to think. Can we fit 3 houses in there? Yeah, we can if it pushes the thing out of the way. Yes, we can. There we go, like that. And then another one slotting in like that. Perfect. And then we'll put some decorative things in. I mean, it's so easy to forget all these because there's so much going on. We'll have a little sunflower there. It's nice. Get some street lighting going on because it's going to be a bit dark around that part of the world because we haven't done anything with that yet. Drop those in. Maybe one just there. Nice. Put some down here as well. Look, like that. Our house is going to need some lighting, just to make sure that we don't trip up when we try and get in, make sure it's not dark. And we'll put one there. So put like a 92% happiness. People are overjoyed that they're living here. This is amazing. So yeah, people with a regular house, and then yeah, they want trees. Okay, we'll put some trees around here, and there is a gap in here for trees. Look, can we put a large tree in? Yes. Okay, so large tree, and then we'll just tuck in some of the smaller ones like that. And then we've got, oh, hang on, what little trees? Small trees. Just lots of tree. And then, hang on, that family can live just there, plus 20%. And then the other family can live, they can live just there, look. There you go. Welcome aboard. Oh yeah, hang on. We do need to apply some things to your house, actually. So you can have a light and a light. You can have a light above the door. And then we've got plants. And now we've got so many different types. So we've got sunflowers. We've got a proper little sort of like plants, like topiary looking things. Got flower patches. Got potted flowers. They can sort of hang on the wall in a basket. Oh, it's just fantabulous. Okay. And then across here, Lighting across your front too there. And you can have, regular potted flowers. Like that. We'll change them round a bit on all of your windows. Nice. Okay. So, I mean, really, the only thing that's being that's hampering our happiness is the lack of clothing stuff, which I think we might need to unlock. So, yeah, these are all now the clothing bits and bobs. So, butchers, warehouses, a slightly bigger one, I think. Clothing store, optician. Okay. Fountain of Seasons. Oh, that's quite fancy. Okay, yeah, that's like a big fountain type thing. We will go for the clothing store, because we can unlock that right now. And then we can have clothing colours like that. And then I think if we leave it, if we tick time on just a tiny amount, we might also be able to get ourselves the shoemaker. That could be quite good, couldn't it? If we do that, look. So hang on, come on, 175 points. And there we go. We can now have fancy shoes. Excellent. Okay, right. They would like a house. I think we need to get some more housing behind here. We can't do too much because of a lack of funds. Although, hang on. Could we... How much is the second floor housing? 300 points. Okay, that's quite a lot. Okay, we're not going to do that right now. Let's just put in some more houses. We can get 5 in, I think. So we'll have 1. We will have 2. We will have 3. We will have 4. And we will have... Oh, can that not fit there? Yes, it can. 5. Yay. And then we put them on the road because we need to bring that round and along. And, make that less rubbish. And then put that down there. Look, and we've got a little tiny city block type thing. So get that done. And then we can move some more people in. Here we go. Get these finished. You guys, you can live into the LeBlanc family. How exciting. They want to be... there you go. They want to be near the shops. They can definitely go into there. And then we've got... Yes, okay. So the Longley family desire a house with clothing shops nearby. Right. Maybe then we put the clothing stuff in over here. Although, there it is. Have we got enough money to build it? No, we haven't. Okay, never mind. Right, let's run time on until we've got enough cash, and then we can build ourselves a clothing store. Right, the money is fortunately ticking up quite quickly, and there we go. Already we've got enough. So let's do that, and we'll put the clothing store maybe over here near our own house. And we can have a street of fancy boutique things near to the mayor's house, because we're the mayor and that's all fancy. So yeah, you can go just there. And then, it says down here, so connect a functional clothing store to the house. And then we've got to change the colour to red, which we can do, which is exciting. So yeah, if we just run that on a bit quick, there we go. Okay, so click this, and yes. So townsfolk clothing, click to set a colour. We've got to pick red because that's what we've been asked to do. Okay, that's fine. And then assign some people to work here. We'll put 3 people meets the demand. We'll add a 4th just because I think we should. Now the only thing is hang on, no, it's over here. Look, so yeah, now we need another worker to connect that up. And there we go. My friends, we jealous of this dress, says Paulette Bouvet. Oh, it's a lovely dress. Very nice. And there we go. We complete that goal. 1,000 thanks, Mayor. You're very welcome. Even those big city folk will be envious of my beautiful garments. And then we get to choose what kind of mayor we are. And by the look of these 2 responses, we could be a bit of an idiot, or we could just be nice. So we're going to go for nice. We're not going to say, you still look the same to me, because that's just going to upset them. We're going to go, you look stunning, because look, she does look stunning. You look stunning, Paulette. My Mayor, aren't you handing out the compliments today? One of them, just then, possibly. That was it, wasn't it? And we get money for that, which is quite nice, because then we can just build more stuff. Right, you guys just want a house. You can go in over there. You guys want to live near a clothing shop. I mean, there's one just there, and that's only 5%. Okay, I thought maybe you might be a bit happier with that, but okie dokie, right, unpause time. You guys can live there. More people moving in. This is all very good. And then, we'll get in the shoemaker as well. 280 monies. We'll get the shoemaker in. How much do we need for the multi-level buildings, was it? 300. Okay, never mind. Right, so tick time on a bit. Let's get up to... Oh, hang on. I think we've got enough money to get a shoemaker, which is exciting. There we go. So we can dress well. And, yeah, we can have excellent footwear. I mean, yeah, was there a hat shop in this game? I can't recall if there was a hat shop. I think there might have been a hat shop. Okay, there's another request in over here. But first things first, yeah, let's get that sorted, shall we? So all of these people are desperate for shoes. We might need... oh, no. We're okay over there at the minute, it seems. Oh, because that warehouse is dealing with that little market store now. Okay, right, because it's got more capacity. Okie dokie. They want to live near trees and stuff. Okay, do you know what? We'll build you a house over there. So pop that in and boop. There we go. Just chuck some nice things in from the nature category. Yeah, these things. Okay, you can have a small plant just there. And then, yeah, there's loads of trees around. You've got so many trees. We'll put trees behind your house and everything. We'll put some planter things on your house. There you go. Very nice. And then you can take that off. A bit of lighting just there. And then a bench, because I'm kind of like that. Right, and then you guys can live here. You're going to be delighted. They can live just there, because why not? And those folks can live just there. We are running out of housing again. Good grief. Right. Okay. What's the next request? Nadine, why is everyone sighing at me? Every tree in the neighbourhood looks the same. They're all leafy. How about we plant a bunch of pine trees to spruce up our town? I remember this from before. Oh, there are too many spruces, you think? No, too many oaks. We need pines. I have some saplings and mulch lying around. Mayor, could you plant 10 pine trees around here? Okay. So we've accepted the quest. We've now got pine trees. You can set the area in which to complete the request. Click the Set Quest Area button and put it on location on the map. Okay, so click to set area. I mean, they like trees over in this part of the world. So maybe we can put it there. And then if we get some more housing in... what have we got? Oh, if we get one house in... Can we have some more money, please? If we get one house... Then we can put trees around that house, pine trees, and it shall be glorious. Where are the pine trees? Just there. I mean, they're quite big. Okay, we'll have 1, 2. We'll have 3 like that. We'll put 1 on that corner. I don't think that's quite in the area, but never mind. We'll just put a lot around the back over here, look. Can we tuck them in? Yeah, I mean, that's 8. We'll put 1... put 1 behind that house, because they love trees, and we just put 1 there. And there we go, we planted the pines. Yes, we did, in a slightly rubbish way, but okay. Pine trees, aren't they just the loveliest? It's so much more foresty here now. Deciduously so. I see what you did there. Ah, right, we got 100 money, which is quite welcome, because that means we can build immediately another house. Yeah, we'll have that colour, I think. Like that. Pop that in. And, oh, we've capped out on research points. Okay, so second floor housing, we will have. Yes, please. Add a floor to a house, making room for an additional family to live in the residence. Okay, that's really good. So we can unlock more upgrades and things. Yep, happy with that. And then we click here. Click here. Oh, here. Right, I see. To start upgrading the size of the residences. Okay, so if we want to, say, make that house a bit bigger... oh, it's a bit too expensive right now. It's 250 monies. Wait there a second, folks. Just hang on a second. We're just scrabbling around for some cash. There we go. Right, we can make that bigger. So, boop. And there we go. It's just bigger and better now, which is brilliant. And that means you guys can potentially live in there. Oh, that's quite handy, isn't it? Right, they just want a normal house. Well, hang on. Foresty people, you can live over there. There's 20 bajillion trees around over there, which is good. And I think what we need to do is save up quite a lot of money and then upgrade these. and then move those people into these houses. These can just be regular houses for people that are not picky and don't have fancy requirements. So yeah, let's save up 250 money and we shall get another floor on that house. Right, okay, we've got a little bit more money than we need, but we do have to house another 2 families at the minute. So how about we upgrade that house and then pop you guys in? That's going to be good. So that sorts out 1 waiting family. And also we're getting near to our research points cap. So let's go and spend that on... I mean, park decorations sounds fun. We'll have park decorations, thank you. There we go. And then when we get... Oh, hang on. Do you know what as well? If we just speed time on a bit, we can get 150 and then we can get ourselves a butcher. Boop. There we go. Oh, tastier meats. Oh, that's quite exciting. But okay, right. So now we can build ourselves a butcher, which will be under food, of course. Yeah. Okay. So the butcher is... Ah, right. It's a building, but I think it can sort of slot into here, look. It can go... Sort of... Oh, hang on a minute, hang on. It's snapping to the path. That's the problem. I don't want it to do that at the minute. So turn that off. I think we put it there next to our little kind of market plaza thing. So drop in a butcher and that can hopefully make people all jolly. That's going to be very good. The money is coming in quite thick and fast, which is good. That's good for us. And yes, we've got 22 spare workforce. Okay, so we can put everybody in here to meet the demand. And now people are going to be even happier because they can go and get lovely cuts of meat, which is brilliant. Right, you want trees. You can live over there. Welcome aboard. And if we get 250 monies, we can expand this house, make it a bit taller, and then yeah, they can live there. Let's make sure that's fine. Boop. And you guys live in there. And there we go. Right, everybody now has a house to live in, which is good. These houses here, though, need a little bit of TLC. So let's just, chuck some lighting and stuff on that. We've got all the park stuff as well. But yeah, let's chuck some nice sort of lamps and lights and things and flowers and what have you, just to make these look a little bit better. Right, there we go. They've got lots of lovely bits and bobs added to make their houses just a little bit nicer. There is another family waiting to move in, but they just want, very handily, a regular house. And we've got another request. Okay, right. Hello there. Roxanne. Okay, I'm not going to go Roxanne. I don't want to play hide and seek. Don't you like it anymore? Of course I do, but there's no pretty flowers. I remember this from the demo as well. I want to hide in bushes with flowers. What does it have to do with hide and seek? I just wanna... Right, so we've now got a flowery bush. And we can... Hang on a minute. Move over a bit. Where is that? Is it over here now somewhere? Is it... Hang on, where is it? I would have thought it would be a nature thing. Oh, there it is. Just there. Okay. So we need to set an area for this. How about in the middle over here, look? How about we have some nice kind of planty bits over here? Let's make a little sort of a park area that we could possibly even put the slide in. Let's maybe get the slide in, because I wanted to get that in on the other one and I failed. So we'll do that, and then we'll put in, yeah, like a doorway to get into the park bit here, and a doorway there, and a nice doorway there, and then we'll get some fence panel bits and bobs. Don't want the tall fence. I just like that. Oh, hang on. What's that? Hang on. No, what's that there? A hedge. Oh, that might be quite nice. Oh, yeah. Can we have a hedge? And it can just sort of come around like... Oh, yes. This will look a bit jazzy, won't it? Yes. Okay, like that. Bring that down to there. And then we'll have more hedge. Thank you. Because this is good. Like that. Bring that to just about there. And then we'll have another bit of hedge going from there, coming round, snap into there. Lovely. Okay, right. I like that little sort of park area. We'll put a picnic table in so people can go and have a bit of a picnic. In fact, do you know what? We'll put 2. We will have a light over... Maybe by those, if we can put it there. There we go, just to make sure everyone's okay. And then, yeah, we do want to put these in as well. So that's the... Is that what we're doing? Flowery bush, yes, okay. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. And then we'll put some along here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then just regular bushes. Okay, we can deal with that. We've got those, haven't we? Just a regular Is that just a bush? I think it might be. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll just tuck a few of them there. We'll have one there. We'll have one like that. Right. So that's completed that little goal. But this bit still isn't finished, game. No. We've got hopscotch. We'll put that just there. That's fun. And then we want some benches just for people to sit on while their children are playing and such like. There we go. We'll put a couple along here. 1 and 2. There we go. I like that. That actually looks really quite good. That's brilliant. I'm very happy with that. I've got a lovely hedge arch thing. Oh, that's quite fun as well. But okay, no, I like that. And yeah, okay, yes, look, you've got a thing. Go and play hide and seek. Hide and seek smells great now with all the flower bushes. I want to play. I still don't know what this has to do with hide and seek. Okay, some people simply like flowers. Go on and play, little ones. Yeah, some people simply like flowers. Thanks. And we got 100 monies. You're very welcome. We've capped out on research things. Okay, let's go for tastier meat, because that means we get more happiness from the butcher. And that makes perfect sense to me. A bit of a no-brainer. Right, so with our big pile of research points, we could get a warehouse or we could get an optician. And I know which sounds way more exciting. So let's go for an optician. And as well, I think if we get another 7 people living here, and we keep our happiness over 60%, and at the minute it's 93%, we can upgrade to a village, which will be quite fun. And then we get a whole load of new things we can go and research. But yeah, we'll get these done first. The warehouse, not overly exciting, and then we get the fountain thing, and then we'll upgrade. I kind of feel like we should do that. Complete each thing before moving on to the next. And yeah, we have got quite a lot of people that want to move in. However, where is the optician? Oh, it's under clothing. It's under apparel, because it's to do with stuff that you wear upon your face, of course. Okay, right, so let's put you just here. So pop that in like so. And, oh, have we got enough money to expand this? Hang on. We do need some people to move in. So you guys can come in here. That's fine. Hello, welcome aboard. They want a house far away from neighbours. Okay, so we've got the antisocial family. And then you want a house near a cliff, which is over here. So how about we spend a bit of money upgrading that so you guys can move in over there? That's brilliant. However, we might need to build like a house over here somewhere for the antisocial people. Right, come on then, you grumpy so-and-sos. We're going to put you over here. Yeah, backing onto the train track. So hopefully you're a big fan of trains. And they are pretty. So there we go, like that. And then we'll just give you, do you know what as well? We'll give you a little modest sort of track to get to your house. There you go, like that looks. And nothing too grandiose. So you can just sort of live out there on your own. Yeah, boop. Perfect. We have many unemployed people in our town. Yes, indeed, we have. But I think, oh, hang on. Yep, some places do need a few more. We'll do some places then. They've all got 3 in, which is fine. We'll just put 2 more in there. When that needs to jump into life, that will work. We'll add a person into there. That's absolutely fine. Oh, in here, look. 4 people into the opticians. We'll add another 2 into the shoemaker, and we'll add 3 into the clothing store. There we go. So we have got sort of, idle people in the shops, but they'll just sort of come good eventually. And then we don't have to do anything about it. It'll just sort of spring into life. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we can upgrade. We can upgrade, but I want to get all this done first. So, okay, let's get the new warehouse done. Or unlocked, anyway. It's not very exciting research, so we'll do that. And boop. Yay. It's just a bigger warehouse. Not very exciting. You lot. Hang on. Upgrade that house. They can live in there, which is good. 124 people. Incidentally, if you see... when we put new people into houses, you might see other houses have little kind of sad, grumpy faces coming off them. That's because there is a population density happiness bonus. So, of course, the more people we move in to a concentrated area, the lower that's going to be, because they're not going to enjoy the amount of people living in this particular space. But I think, yeah, for now, that's what we'll have to do. think we'll just try and build this area up a bit. We'll upgrade that house as well. We'll also upgrade those so people who like living near shops can, sort of be there. That's all fine. Yeah, you guys want to come in. Do we leave? I think we leave that for people that like to live near the shoe shops and things. So I think we'll upgrade just a regular house. Maybe just that one. We'll just upgrade that one in the middle. So let's run time on pretty quick. Just get the money to do that. Right, that's been upgraded, but we now do have another family that would like to move in. So pop them into there. And now I think we need to save up the same amount of money again to upgrade another one of these houses. But yeah, that's okay. Look at it. It is coming in pretty quick, actually. We're earning about 2,000 monies per day. So that is coming in nice and fast. Pop that in and go like that. And there we go. Everybody is living here. And all we need now is to max out our research points for 400. And we can get the very dramatic sounding Fountain of Seasons. Which, yeah, I think we'll do pretty soon. Those research points are ticking up nice and quick. So, yeah, that won't take too long. Okay, research points looking very good, but we do have a lot of people that would like to live here. Okay, right, maybe make that a bit bigger. The foresty people can go into there. And then make that a bit bigger. And these guys can go into there. And then all we need is another big pile of cash. And we can get that final family in. And then, oh, here we go. Here we go. Right, that's done. Fountain of Seasons is now unlocked. So would that be a decorative thing? Or is that a special item? Or is that a monument? It's a monument. Okay. Provides up to 50 decoration points to nearby buildings, depending on distance. Okay, now, we might need to sort of rethink our plans a bit. Because that bit there's working quite well. But we can't put that in the middle anymore. So it would sort of make sense, even though I can't afford it right now, if it went kind of over here maybe as a new centerpiece. So possibly, do we now think about starting another bit of sort of town over here with its own little sort of market square and its own parades of houses and things? Because it's going to be near to these things. It'll be near to those where they can go and get their glasses and their shoes and things. So maybe that's what we should do. Possibly that will help out quite a bit. We have got the money, though, to do this final upgradey thingamabob. Let's upgrade I know, that house. There we go. Oh, no, there's another family that want to move in. Crikeys. Okay, right. There we go. Right, so more families moving in. But very importantly, I think now we can upgrade to a Hamlet. Here we go. Let's go again, shall we? So the station is going to upgrade once more from... Yeah, that looks okay, to be fair. But it regenerates, and there we go. It's just a bit fancier. More doors, more windows, and yet fireworks. This is good. I noticed not everybody's wearing red. Where are the people getting their clothes from? Our clothes shop is solely selling red things, you lot. And there we go. Very happy with that. Looks good. And we are now on stage 3. More research stuff. There's a new leisure need. That's all fine. Let's pause time and check out what we've got then. So yes, in terms of research, in a village, we've now got new research equipment. Oh, that caps out. That sort of changes the cap of our research points. We can have more people working in the warehouses. We can remove rocks. I did notice these big chunks of rock around, so we can get rid of those. We can upgrade our roads. Okay, that's good. We can have a city hall. We can adjust the tax rate. Don't worry about that. Plaza decorations, a bistro, ball throw, barbers, street organs, puppet theatres. Okay, right. What I'd like to do is, I'd like to get a puppet theatre, and then I think we will wrap things up. Because, yeah, we can see how the game works. We've had a good look at it to see what it's all about and what we need to do and all that kind of stuff. So I think, yeah, we can wrap things up. But I would like to get a puppet theatre in. And there's a perfect spot just here, look. If we just fiddle about with that a little bit for a plaza and then draw a plaza bit on behind the butchers, look. There we go. We've got ourselves a lovely space where we can put that on. So with it 300 research points. There is a family there. Desires to share a neighbourhood with many folk. Oh, okay. Go you guys. Oh, hang on. You want to be near food, though. They want to be near food. Oh, we need lots of money to upgrade things. Oh, but we can also... Oh, we can't unlock the puppet theatre. Okay. You guys are near to food, so you can live in there. That's fine. Everyone's going to get a bit glum about life. We've got a new request, but hang on. It's fine. We'll upgrade... I mean, maybe that. Because then they can live in there, because they're going to be delighted... just to keep our happiness rising a bit more. You haven't got any leisure stuff. And I've got so many workers as well. And then, yeah, they just want a regular house. In fact, they're going to be very nearly done. There we go. So if we upgrade... Oh, no, that one. There you go. You guys, live in there. You're welcome. We're nearly at the next level, look. You need 180 people to go through to the next level. And we're nearly on 150. So we're not doing too bad. But more excitingly, Puppet Theatre. Puppet Theatre. I don't think we had one of these last time, did we? Right, so it's a commerce thing, and it's one of these. I mean, there are so many things to unlock. There's loads of different things. But yes, we will have a Puppet Theatre. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, we'll put it just there. Oh, no, we won't. Not right now, because we can't afford one. Hang on a minute. Right. Whilst we wait for that money to top up, although it is going to go up very quickly. Yeah, we will wrap things up because I think we have had a pretty good look at things and we know how it's going to go. But yeah, I love this. It is. I could just play this for hours and hours and hours, just pottering about, fiddling around. And I like the fact that there's no sort of negativity. Like, people can leave, I suppose, if your happiness drops, but then you can just sort of go and sort it out, I imagine. You're going to have the opportunity to kind of fix that, and then people just come back. And it's not going to be the end of the world. It'll just be okay. That'll be a fine thing to happen. It's sort of, you'll muddle through, and it'll just be part of the tale. It's not stressy, it's not going to be difficult. There's also a little puppet show going on, which is brilliant. So, yeah, I think with that done, now that we've got that in, and we are covering a little bit of people's leisure expectations, I think we'll wrap things up with our look at the completely, utterly brilliant Town to City. I only said city to town, and that's the wrong way around. Town to City. And it's just wonderful. It is wonderful in all ways. Yeah, you've got so many things to unlock. You've got the challenge of getting enough people to then be able to upgrade to the next sort of size of settlement. You've got all the research stuff to do. You've got the requests to deal with. You've got all the demands and stuff. You've got the decor of the buildings and the different types and things. The roads and everything else. There is so much going on. There is a lot happening in this game, and it's all just done in this very pretty, completely gorgeous, I think. Anyway, I think it looks amazing. Completely gorgeous style. I mean, at the minute, not many people around at 2:30 a.m. It's 2:30 in the morning. Not, very busy, but yeah, when sort of people are out and about, it's all busy and bustling, and you can create nice plazas like that. You can have a nice plaza. You can make a little sort of playground like that, which I think looks really good. I like that. It looks like a lovely place to go, sort of sit about, watch your kids go and do hopscotch and go down the slide. You can sit there, have a bit of a picnic. You can watch the trains coming past. That all sounds pretty good to me. And then you've got the little sort of challenges of housing the people with the right sort of conditions and such. There's a lot going on, but it's all just so lovely and cozy. And everything looks magnificent. And yeah, it's brilliant. This is my kind of thing. And it's really brilliant. And I enjoy it a great deal. And I'm very glad that we got to play it. And yeah, it's not out in early access quite yet as this video goes out, but you've only got to wait one day. It comes out into early access tomorrow. But yes, along with our wonderful little goodie box, thank you again, by the way, publishers, because that was super kind of you. So thank you. But as well as the little sort of exciting goodie box, we also did get a key, so we could play a teeny tiny bit early. So another thanks as well for that, which was very kind. So yeah, I think I'm just waiting to get the research equipment thing. In fact, no. Let's wrap things up with a street organ. We'll do that, I think. So there we go. 350. Get a street organ. Then it becomes, they can unlock a theatre, a kiosk theatre. That's very exciting. Okay, so let's pop down here. Nobody really watching the puppet show at the moment. So we'll go to here, pop in the street organ, which is relatively expensive actually. Pop that into the middle. Let's get that built. and put a few people in. Oh, just one person. And there we go. Lots of people happy, listening to some street organ music, watching the puppet show. And with that done, we shall wrap things up. But yeah, it's been a joy. It's been brilliant. Thank you again to the publishers for the box of goodies. The cup is here. I'm now holding the cup in my hands. So yeah, that was very nice. So thank you very much. And there we go. Let's finish things up. Let's say farewell to Cabordia. And yeah, we'll just imagine that it goes on to great things. We shall imagine that we get all the way through to the final sort of levels. We'll get to Small Town, and we're not that far off anyway. And then we'll get through down here through, the other 5 or 6 things. We'll unlock many exciting monuments. There's going to be a lot of wonderful things. And Cabordia shall go from being a town to a city, and it shall be lovely. But yes, we shall imagine that, because we're going to wrap things up. Hopefully you did enjoy this. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with all the other bits and bobs and nonsense that we get up to in the Geek Cupboard. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I'll see you next time. If we view that from that angle, that is supposed to be a cup of tea with a handle. And a bird just landed on that sheep's head. That is amazing. There are so many ducks. In the middle here, I'm going to make it a pointy window. We have a little window where the Geek Cupboard is.